Hi guys, welcome back on Album Time. Today we're doing a top 5, guys, and we're doing a top 5 talking about the genius of Stevie Morris, better known to the world as Stevie Wonder, of course. And this is something, guys, because we are here talking about a time period of music history that is unparalleled when it comes to the creative outburst that Stevie Wonder had in that time. So let's start, of course, in 1972 when he came out with an album that is called Music of My Mind. And just to start in that sense, that's my number 5, Music of My Mind. And that was the first time when he gained control over his own musical vision. Because let's remember, he released like 14 albums prior to this one when he was just 21. Because when he was just 12 years old, he already released on the Motown. But around that time, he became the master of his own music. And that's where it all started, that classic period of Stevie Wonder, as it is called. And that's my number 5, guys, because of songs like Happier Than the Morning Sun, which really is an uplifting song that makes you feel like the sun's arriving, and also the very last song that's called Evil. It's such a well thought poetry, and really touching the way he talks to evil directly and begs it to change its ways for the betterment of this world. So pretty great poetry, and also he starts experimenting with electronics and effects. You can hear it on many of the vocals as well. So great art, great album. So that's why it's my number 5, guys, and it's called Music of My Mind. Number 4 is called Fulfilingness First Finale. And whichever album you choose in this time period, you might like this one more or that one. I love them all because it's all one time period. He chose some of the songs to be on this album, some of the songs to be on that album, but they all came out in that classic period, and no exception here. And this is number 4. I love songs like Too Shy to Say and Creepin', which are beautiful ballads. And They Won't Go When I Go. Here he reflects on a traumatic accident that he had before this album was released, when he was also in a state of a coma for a couple of days. And he reflects on this experience on this album pretty much, on one of the other songs. So all in all, it's a very great album, highly interesting, and it's my number 4. It's called Fulfilingness First Finale. That's released in 1974, of course. So now the top 3, guys. Number 3 is called Innervisons. You can see Stevie Wonder here. Of course, Stevie Wonder, as a blind man, what he has are his inner visions. And you hear how great these are artistically on this album. Of course, you got classics right here, like Living for the City, which goes on and on and on for 8-9 minutes and reaches an insane climax where he screams and shouts and still delivers the lyrics all about social issues on that one. But also one of my favorites is All in Love is Fair. But from the beginning to the end, it's a masterpiece. Some may say, why don't you rank this one even higher? But let me tell you this, I love all of this album. So we respect great music, we respect art and the creative process. So we respect all the albums that we review. I don't like many critics where you can hear they are belittling some of the albums they are talking about it's whether you like this one a little bit more or that one a little bit more has also to do with the memories that you associate with the music, the feelings it gives you. Because artistically and musically, everything he did around this time was just great. Let's not forget he was adored and beloved amongst the greatest, like Prince or Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson said in an interview that he was talking with one of the Beatles members, and I think he was talking to George Harrison, if I'm not mistaken, and they were all in admiration, admiring Stevie Wonder and talking like, wow, how can he do this? It's insane. I can't take it anymore. It's so beautiful. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? So he was really into they were really looking up to Stevie Wonder, which I think really means a lot. And maybe he really was on a level of his own in this time. And when it comes to Prince, when they started promoting Prince and trying to get him to a record company, they tried to sell him like a second Stevie Wonder. Like saying he does all the things by himself, plays all the instruments on the whole album, like Stevie Wonder, like only Stevie Wonder is capable of doing. So way before Prince, Stevie Wonder was the one who could do it all by himself, didn't need no one. The man was just a genius, and you can hear it all on this album, which is my number 3, guys, and it's called Innervisons. 1973. It's a pretty short time span between 1972 and 1976. That's called that classic period of Stevie Wonder. So number 2, guys, is Talking Book. I love this one, Talking Book, and it's been released in 1972. It starts so beautiful. You're the sunshine of my life, then goes on with a funk banger, Maybe Your Baby, which is of course a really long song, goes on, and I think that's where all the hee-hees and all this stuff comes from in the Michael songs. I think that's where he got it from. That's what I think. Then of course number 3, You and I, is such a beautiful ballad, just gives me goosebumps talking about the song and thinking of it. It's so beautiful, and each and every song here, of course, you got Superstition, which is a well-known song, and the very last one, Belief, is another one of those, and it's beautiful. So that's my personal number 2, and it's called Talking Book. So of course, some of you might know it, what's next to come. And number 1, of course, is Songs in the Key of Life. Don't know what I can put above this album. Doesn't matter if it comes to Stevie Wonder or any other artist, because this one is just a remarkable piece of art, guys. And from the beginning to the very end, it's a double album, but it's one thing and it starts the most beautiful 1 minute opening that you will ever hear, and it's just beautiful. Like the second song is Ever Talk to God, like he's talking about, okay, if you've got any problems, why not reconnect and let's just have a chat with your highest source and it'll all be good. Pretty uplifting stuff going on here. Of course, Village Ghetto Land is a social conscious song, and so well done with the strings and everything. So the man was into each and every kind of music. Then Sir Duke, of course, it's a well-known song, and I Wish, it's beautiful, knocks me off my feet. Pastime Paradise, here you got one of my personal all-time Stevie Wonder favorites, and one of my favorites of the album, of course, as well. Of course, you hear that one later sampled and became Gangsta's Paradise and a huge hip-hop hit, but this one is pretty deep. where he's singing about people mourning yesterday or living in the future, not living in the present, mixed with social relevant stuff, and really brilliant the way he does it musically. There's even a mini docu on YouTube just about that one song. So let's imagine the whole piece of art, what's behind it. And the second part of the album is just as great, like the song As or the song Joy Inside My Tears, especially As. I mean, it's unbelievable great songs about everlasting love, and really the way he does it. And it seems like he's the one who can deliver these kind of messages and this kind of a deepness. It needs a certain kind of an artist to do that, and that's why this man is admired for that period of time that you cannot relive. So that was a peak, and we can only be grateful that that he shared this kind of a music. And I'm glad my kids like this kind of music as well, because there's a lot of trash out there. So it's important to have our kids listen to great music. So that's about it when it comes to Stevie Wonder, but not totally, guys, because an album that didn't quite make it into the top 5 but almost is another classic. And some might say, why is it not part of the top 5? Because it totally deserves it, and it's called Harder Than July, classical cover as well. And of course it's the same one that we got right behind here on the vinyl, with the last song that's called Happy Birthday, which of course is a tribute song to Martin Luther King, which I think the song is quite different than the rest of the album, but of course everything like the man himself intended it, and it's just another great piece of art. And of course Master Blaster's on there, inspired by Bob Marley. He admired his music because something new, he was admiring something new that he came up with, and it's a great album as well. So that's called Harder Than July, almost made it into the top 5. Just like The Secret Life of Plants. I could go on talking about this one as well, because it would deserve it, but just to keep it short, let me tell you, the first part of the album is almost instrumental and kind of Indian flavored and world music, and experimenting different kind of music. That was it's a soundtrack to a documentary, and it's all about the plants here and the way he does it. Building all the music around this topic is just smart and really great. My personal favorites are the 3 songs on the second part of the album. So it's the side 3 here on the LP, and of course another one that'll be the last one that I mention on this show, on this episode of Album Time, and it's called Original Musiquarium One. So that's another great one as well, with one or the other song that's not on the other on one or the other on his other albums, and songs from the other albums in different forms. So another great album as well. So that's about it when it comes to Stevie Wonder, guys. Let's not forget the importance of great artistry and music. That's what all this is about, guys. I hope you enjoyed it another time, and subscribe to our channel and give it a like, and of course see you next time. Peace.